I haven't gone live in a long, long time. Haven't gone live in ages. So we can move the camera to a better place. All right. Camera looks pretty good. This is what I get for not having any kind of... Maybe I should tell you folks, that I'm actually doing a live stream right now on different social media. Yes, let's do that. Usually people have a chance to jump in and say hello because of, we've publicized it, but haven't been able to do that yet. This is so impromptu. Okay, hang on. Haha. Hello, Scott. Hello, ya boys got toys. I got that right the first time. This is totally impromptu. Chris, how you doing, Chris? Oh, yeah. So basically, I've got a ton of McFarlane's DC Multiverse that I have to open up. And I don't really want to make a video about some of them because they're older. They're older figures. Older in the world of action figure reviews. So I kind of want to open them up now and just chat. Just hang out, say hello. Haven't done this kind of thing in ages. I always go live with Ahsoka and Rob, but I figured it might be fun to go live by myself for a change. So here we are. I'm live by myself for a change. Hi, everybody. Chris Ross, Stoney, Ryan Pescaro. Hope I got that right. Mindful. Hey. So what am I going to open today while we chat? I may open up Disco Dick. Possibly. And I've got these two right here. This one was really hard to get my hands on. So was this one, actually. These were both kind of challenging to get my hands on because they're the harder to find chase figures. And they were expensive, too. They were hard to get my hands on for, I guess, two reasons. Finding them and then paying for them. We have Batgirl, Stephanie Brown. What else? I'm serious. I have a stack here. I have a stack of figures that I haven't had a chance to open. And everybody's already reviewed these. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to be opening up these figures for the channel, I don't know how the video will do. Okay, so a little known fact about YouTube, everyone. I don't know if people know this. Hold on, I'm reaching down, grabbing more figures. We got whoop, oh, everything's backwards. Sorry. We got Batwing. I like that version. And we have Sandman. Whoop, and got the other Dark Stars. So I'm going to open up at least some of these. But a little known fact about YouTube. A lot of people don't really get it. If you do videos too often that don't perform well, YouTube actually doesn't like that. And it stops sending people to your channel. And you stop... Even people that watch your channel slowly stop getting notifications that you've put out a video unless they go to their subscription box. And so when you put out a video that maybe people don't care about, it can actually hurt the channel. So I figure it might be more fun just to go live and open up some of these and talk about them. I want to get the platinum of this, side note, because I've got, let's see, right there. I got my 80s display. Superman's not in there, but that's my 80s display. And I need to get the yellowish one for the 80s display. I've got a 90s display right there. And then all up top, which you can't really see. Let's see if I can move it. I've got my contemporary display. So I got all my villains up there. And then it goes all the way across. This is the stuff you don't really see in the live streams. I've got all my good guys up there. I've got my goodies and my baddies. So, okay. 28 people here. That is more than enough people to have a party. Imagine 28 people in a room. That's a lot of people in a room. All right, so I'm going to open up Mirror Master first, but before I do that, I got to move all these out of my way because they're all just sitting in front of my path now. Question. I got a few questions too while I'm at it. How many of you folks bought into the Batmobile? You know what I mean? Like they had the movie Batmobile there. And if you did, what tier did you folks buy into? I bought into just the first tier because I don't need another Batmobile with a cannon on top. I got the Mattel one. It's fine. But I wanted a Batmobile from that universe without the cannon on top, just with the cockpit, because I think it's a slick looking Batmobile. So I ordered just tier 1. Kind of kicking myself. I wish I had ordered possibly the tier that you get the figures in, because I'll just bring up Batman here. All right. What is that? I got a thing that popped up. Stop it. Something has opened up in the side of my, there we go. All right. Everyone can see that there, Batsy, right? Well, the one for like the tier list, it's actually just a straight gray. And I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to have to end up looking for him on eBay. Anyway, I'm also going to pay attention to the chat, which I don't get a lot of a chance to do when it's the three of us, because I'm too busy paying attention to what's happening. All your Batmobile space is taken up, saith Scott. Yeah, I've got a wall, like a shelf wall, just with Batmobiles upstairs in my family room. And my space, like I put the one that I just reviewed back in the box. I reviewed the Batman Batmobile from McFarlane, but I've got the Hot Wheels one, and it's not quite as accurate as far as having the canisters, having the nitro on the seat, but it is, in my opinion, it's a better Batmobile. So that's already up there, right? So I just put it back in the box, and it's just sitting in my area, in my shelves here. Yeah, mind blown. Yeah, you got to really be careful. A lot of people think that when you upload consistently, that tells YouTube, hey, put more people my way, and it will send people your way at first. It's true. But if the retention on those videos is not very good, it will stop sending people your way. It's because YouTube is all about making money for YouTube, right? They don't really care about us as creators. It's like, as someone who's been doing YouTube for a long time on multiple channels, it's pseudo exploitation how they treat us. Like, we know that it's going that way, but we're like, whatever, we still want to keep creating. What's behind the camera look like? Okay, I will show you if I can. Let's see. There's my review spot there. All right. I don't know if the cord will allow me to do it though. It might be too tight. So there's a shelf back there where I keep bits and bobs, odds and sods. And there's a closet, and it is filled with Halloween and Christmas decorations. And there's the door to get out. Way over there. Aquaman is guarding the door. Not anything that special going on back there. Just a bunch of mess. I have to redo my office. I've got like a desk in the middle of the floor, and I've got to redo it. You boys got toys. I would have gone tier 3, but going for that Chinese model kit instead. I went for the Chinese model kit too. I went for both of them. Mindful first tier. And Vandal Savage looking mutton chops, says Roland. Yeah. I keep meaning to trim them. I keep meaning to trim my sideburns here. I don't want to make them smaller. I just want to make them less fluffy. Recently Batmobile picked up was the Batman one. Yeah, that's Louis. Lewis or Lewis. How do you pronounce your name? Lewis or Louis? Because I know with that spelling it can be both. Yeah, the spare part shelf. Actually, oh man, I wish I could. It's down here on this shelf. I have an absolute butt ton of spare parts. Hold on. Let me show you. So I've got, oh, don't open up. Oh. Bits and pieces, right? Just odds and sods. And then I got, oh, get this. This is a lot of people find this creepy. I've got a whole bin of hands. It's a lunchbox, and it's a big lunchbox too, and it's completely filled with hands. Yeah, and I've got a ton of stuff. I've got bins of heads, and yeah, I've left a graveyard of action figures in my wake. What stands are there on my shelves? Like what action figure stands? I don't know. Just oh, what am I using to put all my figures on? Oh, just the round black McFarlane ones. I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, just the round black McFarlane ones, and they work with pretty much everything. Custom Charles Bronson using a Remco 18 Murdoch body. Okay. And a He-Man head. You painted his hair black and gave him a Bronson mustache. Nice. I knew a guy in real life. His name was or is Bronson Price. Fantastic name. I thought he sounded like a news anchor. I'm Bronson Price, and I'm giving you the news. Thought he had a fantastic name. Cavill from the Fonjoy 2-pack. Yes. Okay. I pre-ordered the 2-pack. Really quite stoked about that 2-pack. And yeah, that Fonjoy soups looks like, as far as I'm concerned, so far, if the quality of what we get is the quality of what they showed us, I feel like that will be the best Cavill Superman figure. And I own most of them, if not all of them, but definitely most of them. And I really like that one. I love what Fonjoy has been doing. Like they went through a time where their stuff was kind of weird. You know what I mean? And then I think, don't quote me on it, apparently Fonjoy started off not really having a license and just making stuff. And they were like, willy-nilly, we're doing it. And then DC gave them a license or something. I don't know if that's 100% true, but their new stuff is fantastic. So yeah, that Superman looked great. What do you think we will get from Mattel in 2026? Similar to classics? No, I don't think it's going to be similar to classics. The action figure world has changed, and I think Mattel knows that. So I don't think, as far as scale, I don't think that they'll be straight, like size wise. I don't think that they'll be this scale, right? DC UC scale. I also don't think that they'll be McFarlane scale. I feel like they're going to be somewhere in the middle because they want people to buy them. And here's the thing. And I said this when McFarlane got the license, and a lot of people were upset because they weren't 6-inch in scale. I think that they're going to pick a new scale because otherwise, if they don't, they're leaving money on the table. And here's what I mean by that. If they make Wave 1, for argument's sake, Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Okay, let's say that's Wave 1. That'd be a fantastic first wave too. They make that as Wave 1. If they're 6-inch in scale or 7-inch in scale, there's a good chance that people will cherry pick and be like, well, I've already got a Flash I like in that scale, and I've already got a Superman I like in that scale, but this Batman is the Shiat. I'm going to get that Batman. And so they'll cherry pick. And so essentially what they're doing is leaving money on the table. So I don't know for sure. I would tend to think that they're going to do something completely new as far as scale. It'll be somewhere in between, and it'll make it so that we have to start collecting all over again. That's what I think. And as far as articulation goes, because I am not completely clear on what you meant by the question, so I'm trying to answer it as best I can. As far as articulation goes, we can look at some of their better wrestling figures, which I don't collect, so I don't have any here that I can put in front of the camera. Some of their better wrestling figures and their Masters of the Universe figures. And they're definitely more conscious of articulation than they were before. And they're definitely more conscious of how to do it, perhaps even a little bit better than they did before. Now, I don't know that's going to happen, but I definitely don't think they're going to do DC Universe Classics kind of articulation all over again. Like, we may not see an ab crunch, and I definitely don't think we're going to see their groin again, like how the legs are attached. It would be a little bit more like their previous multiverse line, but that was the multiverse line they had when they lost the license. So I don't think they're going to go back to that. They're really, I think, going to come out the gate really trying to do something cool. So I'm really hopeful of what Mattel is going to do. I really am. Garbage. Okay. I like using plastic jewelry trays from the dollar store. Yes. Yes, I've got 2 black plastic jewelry trays right down here. I can't really get them out because they're buried. But it's nice to have all the different compartments and places to put your stuff, right? But I've also got I've got bins. I've got big bins filled with action figures that I could build a ton of new figures just with these parts, but I don't have the time to. But I've got bins, essentially I've got a Rubbermaid tub worth total of just bodies and big parts. Shay Nittle, your birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday. Yeah, I hope you have a good birthday. I hope you have a cake you actually want, your favorite cake, and I hope that you have some ice cream that you actually want. Or perhaps you don't like ice cream. Perhaps you like frozen yogurt. Maybe you have some frozen yogurt you like. Anyway, I hope you have a good birthday. That happened with a Chinese company and their TMNT clone line before actually getting the license from Nickelodeon. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I've heard of that happening before. Oh, Scott Brogdahand, $1.99 for a thumbs up. Oh, you could have said something there. You should have said something. Now, I don't go live very often, so I don't really understand exactly what I'm doing yet. You gotta have mercy on me. Newer Masterverse figures move great, actually. Yeah, I've collected all of them pretty much, and they definitely have a better handle, especially on leg articulation with those newer Masterverse figures. I love the new Masterverse figures. I'm in love with them. I don't see, that's the thing. I can't review everything that I buy, and because it's a DC channel, and I wouldn't have the time to really put the time into what I really love if I reviewed everything. So I just review DC at this point. You guys all know, or maybe some of you don't know, I do have another channel, but I haven't uploaded on it in ages. This is not a go subscribe to my other channel. Honestly, I wouldn't even care if you did. I haven't uploaded on it in ages. And the reason why is because it's all the time that it took to do both. So hang on. I'm looking for my clippity snips. Not these ones. Those are my nail clippers. These are ones. These guys right here. These are perfect. They're perfect for snipping the little plastic ties. Hold on. I'm just going to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't cut the figure. Has anyone ever done that? Maybe using nail clippers or something to try to cut your figures loose and you accidentally nick the figure. I've done that once. Just once, and I learned from my mistake. I was like, don't do that again. Don't do it again. Okay. Oh, and the legs. Where does Todd think that these guys are going? Right? I mean, I'm thankful that they're in here with all these bands and stuff like that so that the figures don't go and hit the package and scrape their nose and get paint everywhere. But where does he think they're going? They're not going anywhere. They're in there pretty tight. Hold on. I'm going to get to more comments. They're all taped in there. So I got to get them out. Hold on 1 second. I got to rip the tape so I can pull them out. This is the stuff I don't make you watch on the channel very often, almost ever, because on account of the fact it's boring. It's not very much fun to watch. So I don't make you watch it. All right. Toy Gains. Hey, Brad. Got a top 5 wants going into the DC Multiverse final stretch. I do, as a matter of fact. A lot of those it's changed based on the fact that there's certain reveals. We know Zatanna's coming. So I can't really say Zatanna, stuff like that. But I would like a superpowers styled Green Arrow, right? So I want him with the Robin Hood hat, the bear arms, the green pants and the tunic. Yeah, because for my 80s collection, right here, I've got a customized. I can't get my finger to go where I want it to go. There. Oh, that was harder than it looked. I'm not a very smart man. I have a customized Green Arrow there from Longbow, but he's just a placeholder. So that's number 1. In no particular order, for that matter. I would like to see an Eclipso. I think an Eclipso is a fantastic villain that we don't get to see very often. DC Universe Classics did one, and DC Direct did one. I would like to see. Let me think. Let me look around my room, because a lot of the ones that I wanted to see, like Scarecrow, I wanted a classic Scarecrow. That's coming. I wanted a classic Batgirl. That's coming. Like I said, Zatanna. I would love to see Black Canary. If this line ends and we don't see a Black Canary, then that will have been a crime against the DC universe, because she is such an important character. So I want to see her. I want to see. You can't limit me to 5. I want to see Big Barda, but an in-scale Big Barda who is bigger than Scott Free. So yeah, definitely a Big Barda. Oh, there's so many characters from the Fourth World that I could mention, and I'm sure that we'd all like to see. That whole New Gods Fourth World is just fantastic. Let me think. I want to see a good I want to see a good Dick. Here's what I mean. Okay. So do you see this Robin? Right? It's like it's a DC Direct, and I've taken the body of one DC Direct Robin and the legs of another DC Direct Robin and put them together, and then there's like just a head. It's a head that I threw in the body. But I would like to see a Robin in this scale to go with Batman. Let me just grab a Batman that I'm thinking. Where is it? Where's the Hush body? All my really cool Batmans are over on a different shelf. Like that. Like I want to see like a Robin in that scale. We got Robin. We got a Dick, but the only problem with it was made on the Carrie Kelly body. And I want to see Dick get his own, but not necessarily just Dick. It comes with 2 heads, right? It comes with a Jason head, and it comes with a Richard head. Notice how I didn't say a Dick head? I just did. Damn it. What else? I'm just going to name a few more before I move on to another question. I would like to see. Let me just look around and see what we have and what we don't have, and the characters that I would like to see. Ice. We need Ice because we got Fire. I would like to see a 2-pack though, and I want to see them redo Fire, right? So she's not just that clear green plastic. That would be awesome. Who else? Like they've done most of the characters. Oh, Vixen. Vixen would be nice. I want to see Vixen. The Creeper. We need a Creeper to go with this line. See, it's just endless. There's so many characters. I would like Mantis. I would love Mantis. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Rebirth Green Arrow, says Anthony. Yeah. That's a fantastic look for the Green Arrow too. I can't take it down from the shelf. I don't take them down from up there because it's like dominoes up there. Let's see. Where is he up there? Can I point to him? Nope, you won't be able to see him. He's behind. Stupid finger. Go where you're supposed to go. Hey, there's his head behind Shazam. You can't see him, but I kind of customized one from the video game version, and it looks okay. Looks all right. Neil Adams Green Arrow. Yeah, that isn't that. Yes, that's the classic version, right? The one I was talking about with the hat and everything. Broken Bat says, "What's up, everyone? Hi, Brad. I live in Sweden, and I would like to buy McFarlane Toys Superman Silver Age. Do you think it will reach Sweden?" That's Marco. I had a best friend as a kid named Marco. Do you guys get like multiverse figures in Sweden? Like, do you have like a Swedish toy store that carries them? If so, I would hope so. I mean, I don't know. I would think so. He's a major character, and Superman sells like hotcakes all day. So I would assume so. If not, then you might have to hit up Amazon or Evil Bay, try and grab it. It didn't come out right then. You showed the figure. I wish I knew what you're talking about. You might need to clarify that because I'm not sure what the context of that. Either Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol. Yes. And the Metal Men. Yes. We got 1 year left, right? The license is ending, as far as I understand it, close to summer. So we have almost a year left at this point. He is going to knock our socks off, and it's going to be the DC action figure line to beat, right? A lot of us were like, they'll never beat the DC Universe Classics and they'll never release, but Todd is going deep, right? My friend Jason Langston is one of the folks who used to work there, and he's responsible for a lot of those really cool deep cuts because Todd wasn't picking them. That was Jason and a few other folks. My beard looks dope, says Anthony. Thank you. They're my muttons. I'd love to grow an actual beard, but I can't because I get facial flakes. You'd like Terrence Stamp Zod. Yeah, that's the fellow that played him in the Superman movies, right? I think so. That would be fantastic because then you could have him in action figure photography right against Christopher Reeve's Superman. A better Red Arrow. I think it'd be fun to have a Speedy, like an old school Speedy or something like that. That would be kind of fun. Yeah, they didn't color the current Red Arrow properly. His colors, like he's supposed to be black and red, and they colored him like a maroon and red. So yeah, I would like to see that too. Marco used to buy from Heromic. Heromic. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I can look that up after. Mara, yes. Proctor of the Deep. Mara. We need Mara to go with Aquaman for sure. If he doesn't give us one, I'm going to use the Mara from Fonjoy and substitute her in there. There's a huge distribution problem here in Europe. No sign of the Batman Returns wave. Yeah, it's one of those things where you got to order it online. That's just what it is. Canada, we don't usually get our stuff early, but occasionally through CMD store, we do. We'll get some things early, but distribution here, we're pretty good with EB Games. Used to be GameStop. We're pretty good at getting everything here, but we get it later. So myself as a DC Comics action figure reviewer on YouTube, I can't always wait for that. But our distribution is actually pretty good. It sucks for Walmart. If you're going to Walmart looking for figures, they have been getting stuff in lately, which is really cool. But if you're going to Walmart and like they're like your go-to in Canada, you're not like you're wasting your time almost completely. You pretty much have to go to EB Games. What else do we got here? Superman will become public domain by the end of the decade. Batman 2. Yeah, the early version of Superman will become public domain, not the stuff that DC Comics is responsible for, but all of the early Action Comics stuff. Yes, that will become public domain. And then as it goes along, like Mickey Mouse is public domain, but not completely. It's like Steamboat Mickey is public domain. Winnie the Pooh is public domain. Eventually, yes, Superman himself completely and the way that we know him to be will be 100% public domain. Hello from Brazil, says Kelson Fonseca. Hope I said that right. Hello from Canada. Do they have Ollies in Canada? No. And I wish they did. I went to visit a friend. Oh, pardon me. That was a throat burp. I went to visit a friend in the States and went to Ollie's, and I went to Five Below, and I went to all those places, and I loved shopping there. Ollie's is the folks in the States that are going to be carrying the carded Superman figures, right? I picked those up at GameStop, EB Games. Phoenix Moran. Hi, Brad. Been following your channel. One of my personal faves. Been collecting McFarlane's Superpowers line. Me too. Got really cool customs in my collection, like Black Canary and an ambush bug. You got a custom Superpowers ambush bug? That is neat. I wish that we could share pictures in the chat. You know what I mean? That would be really, really cool. Like, they have to be approved by a moderator or by myself, but like sharing pictures would be so cool in the chat. I would be all for that change to YouTube. Yeah, I love the Superpowers line. I've been collecting it. I haven't been reviewing it, but I've got like all of them, like almost all of the Superpowers, and I've really, really enjoyed them. Okay, hold on. So you know what we haven't done? We haven't talked about any of the figures yet. All right. So what are my thoughts? Here we have Mirror Master. Let's just stick his mirror gun in his hand. Get in there. Oh my God. Okay. What do I think of him? Well, you know what? He's kind of sick. And I think they chose the right body for him. Or they could have used the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body buck for him as well, because he's not exactly known for being a really huge dude. I do wish that these holsters opened up and that he came with 4 guns total, 2 open like he has now, which is fantastic. I think that's great. And they look pretty good for what they are. They look pretty accurate to the source material, right? But I wish he came with 2 closed guns that he could pop in the holsters as well. So we could either have him posed with the guns there or out. This is the body buck. It is the one that was used for super bats, for speeding bullets. I believe it was speeding bullets, right? For Super Batman. And I think it's a pretty good use of the body buck. I like the orange. I do kind of wish, though, that I had the yellow one as well. And then he just comes with hands, right? He's very handsome. And a trading card. You going to focus on it? Trading card. Nice. Always good to have another Flash Rogue. Maybe, just maybe, they'll do Weather Wizard. I mean, they did Clock King. He's a pretty deep cut. What is he the deepest cut? Kite Man's a pretty deep cut. Kite Man and Clock King are really deep. Mr. Bones, he's really deep. So yeah, they might. I hope so. Every Flash Rogue I can get my hands on, I want to get my hands on. All right, let's open up Disco Dick, Stephanie. Yeah, I want to open up Disco Dick. Yeah. Disco Dick. He's the next guy on the list. How's the video quality and the sound quality, by the way? The camera, I'm using a really expensive webcam, but it's only going to be as good as my internet speed and as YouTube's going to permit it to be. But yeah. Hold on, I'm going to do some more comments while I'm opening this up. Depends if links are allowed. They need to make that update. Do you collect anything other than DC Multiverse currently? Yeah. Okay, so the action figure lines that I collect, obviously Multiverse and Superpowers. I collect. Hold on. I collect Mafex. All Mafex is DC stuff. I really like that. I collect the G.I. Joe, the Hasbro G.I. Joe line, G.I. Joe Classifieds. I was a big Joe fan as a kid. I collect the Thundercats. I collect a lot of TMNT stuff. I collect brain fart. I collect and the Masters of the Universe Origins and the new Masters of the Universe, right? The 7-inch tall ones with all the articulation. Are those the main lines that I collect? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then I buy odds and sods. Like I bought Tony the Tiger and I bought Goober, whatever his name is, from the Fraggles and stuff like that. So I buy little things. Oh, and check this out. I fell down a new rabbit hole, and I am loving these so much. I've been collecting just the Knights for the most part. That's right. Mythic Legions, boys and girls. Heck yeah, these Mythic Legions are fantastic. When I went to Fan Expo, you going to focus their camera? There we go. When I went to Fan Expo, the only booth that I wanted to go to that was like the definite one I have to make it to was the E-Collectibles one, because they were also there sharing space with the 4 Horsemen for Mythic Legions. And I was like, yep, I'm going straight there. Let's see. Oh, and I'm going to be collecting all these. This figure sucked. by the way. But I have hope that the Justice League will be better. This figure looks great. Looks great. It really does. Although they messed up with that space. See that? That's not good. The figure though looks amazing. Like, look at that head sculpt. That's awesome. That's amazing. And the colors are fantastic. Mine, okay, so if you look at the legs right here, see that lip inside of his leg there sticking out? He doesn't have it on both legs. He only has it on one. Notice that? That one's got a big lump sticking out. That one doesn't. I took him upstairs, boiled the water, pushed it all the way back in, and it still pops out again. So that sucks. So you never get rid of that. Like, it's pushed all the way back up. Never get rid of it. It's always, that big crack is always there. And the knees, well, I wasn't even trying to do it yet, and it fell backwards. So these figures look great. But as far as the articulation goes, like up top, it's fine for articulation, except for, see how this pulls in and out, right? That's ugly when you pull it out. It's like, so they got to do something. There needs to be a socket or something, kind of like McFarlane does, or something. But then these come out really, really easy. So they need to fix that problem before they will be a good contender. And again, that is a major problem. Really, really loose joints. But yeah, I will be collecting all those figures as well. All the DC ones. Like, I am excited about the Alex Ross ones to come out. And I bought this to complement it. If the Alex Ross ones are as bad as this, fuck, that means I'm going to have to get the clear nail polish and like paint the joints so they're thicker. I don't know. Oh, and this one here. Yeah. I love Fallout. And this is like fantastic. And he comes with so many guns. Like, so many guns. I do wish that he came with a laser rifle, and he doesn't. That's like the one gun I was wishing, but he does come with the plasma rifle, and I'm good with the plasma rifle. Anywho, okay, more comments as I open. Mythic Legions, haha, yeah. Jada Toy stuff is making. Jada is fantastic. I've been collecting some of their video game ones. I believe Jada does the video game ones. Hi, Brad. Greets from Ecuador. Hello, Francisco Alvera. Francisco Alvera. Did I say that right? Hopefully. Hell yeah, Mythic Legions. I was thinking that figure will beat Batman Nightfall from McFarlane. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Batman Nightfall from McFarlane is just, I think, a better figure. Do you think the Four Horsemen will contribute any sculpts to Mattel's new DC line? That remains to be seen. Maybe. I should have asked them, or one of them, when I was there at Fan Expo. At this point, I'm gonna say likely not, because they're doing their own thing and they're doing it really, really well. That being said, who knows? I mean, the Four Horsemen do fantastic sculpts. It was Mattel that cheapened them up with their DC Universe Classics line, right? But I mean, Four Horsemen. I mean, this one right here. This is the first one I bought from Mythic Legions, and that's beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful figure. So if Four Horsemen is going to do any of the sculpts, please, for the love of God, I hope that Mattel doesn't cheapen them. You know. You'll stay with your Batman Nightfall. Yep. Same. QC on that is horrid. Yes. Only the Knights. Yeah, that's what we all say. It's like the Knights are like the entry drug. You know what I mean? Like the gateway drug to the Mythic Legions. And then before you know it, you've like collected half the line and you've sold all your other figures to try to support them. I bought a bunch really quick. I'm still waiting for my Silver Knight to show up. Brad, what do you think of the Batman Troika action figure from McFarlane? I wasn't interested. That's the one that's all black. I wasn't interested in it, so I left it. Weak joints for figures are always no fun. Yeah. Are you going to try to review David Corn Sweat Superman from Beast Kingdom? Probably not. I don't I'm not super interested in the figure. If you want to see a good review of the figure, I mean, there's some fantastic pictures that were taken by Rob from Rob D Toys, and then Ahsoka reviewed it. So, and Ahsoka's a real chill guy. If you haven't seen his reviews yet, I would check him out. Like he's one of the people that I will watch, not just because he's my friend, but I just feel so chill when I watch his videos. Mike is amazing from eCollectibles. He's the man. Yet sold me first Mythic Legions. Yep, he was nice. They contributed the original base body design for Motu Origins. Yes, they did, because they worked on Motu Origins. Okay, I didn't know that actually. Hopefully Fonjoy comes out with single release of Cavill Soups. Yeah, I found myself like thinking, okay, well, I got to buy this like alternate Batman, because Fonjoy's already done a Batman in the armor. And so he comes with this alternate Batman, which I don't know, I'll do a giveaway or sell it on eBay or give it to my son or something. Because I bought the 2-pack just because I wanted the soups. So yeah, I do hope that they come out with, just the soups for the fans that just want that. Love the figure. Obscura figures from the 4 Horsemen. Brad, did you catch the pre-order for Batman Returns wave? Yes, I did. Stressful is what it was. The pre-order apocalypse is what it was, because we had 3 days in a row of pre-orders. And yeah, I did catch it. I ordered Batsy. I ordered the bundle from McFarlane Toy Store. So I got the Penguins, I got Batman, I got the whole bundle, Catwoman. It didn't come with Max, which I was, that's, I guess, an exclusive or whatever. And then I went to EB Games and I ordered the Duck and Penguin, and I left Max, and I'm like, okay, hopefully I can find him in the wild somewhere. But yeah, I got everything I wanted to from the pre-orders. You got to be there, like refreshing your page 5 minutes early, if you have any hope sometimes of getting in, because they sell out in 4 minutes sometimes. So I'm there stressed out, like, because I mean, I need them for my channel, and I need them because I'm a greedy Scrooge that collects DC figures and wants to add them to his collection. So I'm like, I must have these. I must have them. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal for me. It's like, so yeah, it's always stressful for me when there's something like that. Is Brad in top chat or live chat? I don't know. I'm still learning this. I'm not sure. Top chat. All messages are visible. Live chat. Hey, okay, now I'm in live chat. Thank you for mentioning that. Now I know. Live chat is everybody, right? Everybody gets to chat, I think. I think so. Hey, Brad, never caught you live before as on UK time. Thanks for the many years of great videos. And you are welcome. I love making the videos, and I love the fact that other people get to watch them, hopefully make an informed decision, and maybe have a bit of a laugh along the way. Right? Like I'm good at, like, if I don't like something, I will tell people in the video I don't like it. I don't get angry. Like some people in their videos get pissy. That's not my style. It's not my thing, but I will absolutely tell people if I don't like something about a figure. So I try to mix like informative, like helpful and informative, and just like a fun little jaunt, through what the figure is. Got mine from BBTS. I just bought Prime subscription for nothing. Oh, sorry to hear that. Batman Returns was insane. It sold out while I was paying. I got my pre-order in Big Bad Toy Store and the Penguin Troops. Yeah. What's up, brother? Ooh, I was refreshing every 10 seconds 5 minutes before. Ordered Bat Cat Penguin from Amazon, got Max from GameStop, and Penguins from McFarlane. Missed the deck. Thanks, Brad and crew, for content, brother. Hey, you're welcome. I need to have that duck. Most people don't know what that duck is from, and I'm going to put that in my family room up on a shelf, and people are going to come in that, like, they already come in my family room and they're like, and I'm like, I'm standing behind them like, right? And they're like, what? the heck? They're like half amazed and half bewildered. Like they just don't know what they're looking at. But then I want them to see the duck, which a lot of people won't remember what it's from. And they'll be like, "Oh, mate, why you got a duck? Why is there a duck on your shelf?" Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the confusion. And it's so creepy, right? Like it's a creepy looking duck. I don't know. I love it. Everything McFarlane Toy Store sold it. Yes. Pretty chill guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, Ricardo Silva. Good to see you. You and 5POA are great for comparing the part swapping multiverse figures. 5POA is fantastic. He is. I don't watch a lot of reviewers on YouTube because I don't want my opinions to be swayed. So if I watch anyone, I watch them after I've already done my review. But 5POA is such a I put him in the same category as Ahsoka. He's really chill the way that he does his content and the way that he presents everything. So yeah, 5POA is really great. If there's ever something that like Brad didn't review it, like definitely go see one of those guys. The duck is a must. I like the energy and positivity you bring to your videos, even when you don't like something. Yeah, you got it. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I recognize that when people come to my channel to watch a video of any kind, it's an escape, right? Amongst other things, even if it's informative, it still is kind of an escape. And so that's what I try to make sure my videos like stay as light as they can, even when I'm being serious. So yeah, I'm really glad that you see that. Damn, now I need that duck. I think everyone needs that duck. Look at the duck there. You put a duck after that. Amazing. It's been a heavy week for you with McFarlane Toys. Haven't bought any in a while, says Jay. You've been backtracking, plus the Batman Returns pre-orders. Yeah. Educational escapist entertainment. I like that. Is it possible to... see, I wish there was a way to click on a comment and then like it or something. Is there a way to like a comment? I don't know. Sorry, I'm still learning this myself because I don't go on very often. The jingles, you like the jingles? Yeah, I made those jingles up like myself. I was going to do one for every figure line that I reviewed, but I didn't. But the DC Multiverse one, it gets me pumped. Like when I load it into the video editor and I put that in there, like it gets me going. And I try to make sure the videos are a little bit different every time I start them. You know what I mean? Like I try while I'm doing the opening yakking to have like that long bar of photos kind of traveling across the screen. So it's a little bit different every time so that you're not stuck watching the same thing every time, there's a new video. Like I really am conscious of trying to make content that other people will enjoy, right? Because some people are there to watch a figure review and they just want to see it as soon as they possibly can. They'll watch the first person that gets it out and they just want to watch it. Other people, it really is like we all have YouTube channels that we watch, right? And so when I watch Ahsoka's videos, for example, like it's kind of like put my feet up and, chillax and watch it, right? So I like it when it's different a little bit every time. Then you don't expect the exact same thing. This is weird. Whoop. Dick's Throwable. It comes with a little hole for putting a string through, but it didn't come with the string. Is that all he came with? No, that can't be right. Oh, yeah. And he came with his card. Let's just get the cards out. Okay, I am going to give somebody the scratch off, okay? I'm going to scratch it off. I'm going to show, and then whoever claims it first. Yeah, okay. And I'm sorry if this is chaotic. I've never done it before, but I do want to give it away because I never use them. So I'm going to scratch it off. And I am going to, you know what I'm going to do instead to make it easier? Instead of showing it on the screen, I'm going to type it in the chat. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to type it in the chat and you guys can redeem whatever this is. Wow, this is a mess. There's so much going on here. F-A-Y-B. Making sure I'm getting it right. That way you can also highlight it and use it. Okay, ready? I'm going to click. I'm going to put it in there. Whoever gets it first, good luck. There we go. What's up, Big Rib? Glad to have you join the chat. Okay, so we are reviewing Mythic, this one. And he's got his little throwable. What do I think of him? All right. I think he looks good. Let's just get him to focus. I think getting the paint to line up on his chest here as like a paint stamp or whatever was probably a little challenging for whoever did it in the factory. So I'm thankful that mine looks as tidy as it does. I do like he's got the smiling face. I'm not sure what's going on with his neck. That's a paint scuff. Kind of looks like he got bit by a vampire. And they've included the light shining off of his mask. I probably would have been more happy with that staying just black without the light shining off of it, but I can see why a lot of people would probably like it. And it does appear like they sculpted him new lower calves, I think, unless you've seen them somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure they're new lower calves and everything else. Oh, and the collar piece right here. Is that new or is that the same one from Dead Man? Is that from Dead Man? Hold on. I'm just going to get up and have a little look. I want to know if that's the same as from Dead Man. No, absolutely not. So he's got a new sculpted collar and he's got his wrist gauntlets there, little bits there on his wrist. I think he looks good. And it's all the more reason we need another Robin like this, because this is a far better scale, right? Jason Todd next to Dick while he's that size. That's fantastic. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I'm glad I picked him up. I didn't order him. I got him Sunrise Records in my mall collects multiverse. They sell multiverse figures and they are not cheap. They're expensive in Sunrise Records. And of course he comes with a trading card. You going to focus? There you go. And the other side. Ooh. Okay, I want to jump in here. What's the difference between this one and the earlier one besides the shoulders? You mean the Dick Grayson Nightwing? Is that what you're asking? Completely different painted on detail. I think that's what you're asking. Was able to pick up 80s gold label Nightwing and Cyborg from Superpowers. Nice. That Cyborg was selling like he's a harder one to get your hands on because so many people are mixing the old and the new together and getting your hands on an old school Cyborg. So many people are trying, but you can't. Like it's super expensive and it's like really hard. I was able to build up my Superpowers collection as an adult again, during the beginning of COVID when you couldn't find anything. So I ordered a ton of Superpowers that I didn't currently have in my collection, like Shazam and Mr. Freeze, like on card, with the money I would have spent on other things for the channel. So yeah, that's a harder one to get your hands on. Looking at the comments. Sunrise charges to the point I almost don't want the figure. Yeah, no, that is true. It's so I passed up, you know, I'm a sucker for Superman, right? And I'll just keep buying Superman figures and finding different ways to customize them. And they've got Superman with the short cape and the lion head, the Strange Lives of Superman. They've got one of those sitting there, and they've got the platinum. They got the plat, and I won't buy them because they're like $59 or something like that, Canadian. Just a stupid amount of money. Like you might as well walk in there and hack off an arm and lay it down on the table and go, I use my arm because I can't afford it. You got, take my limbs instead. Okay. Let's open up another figure before I go, because I'm not gonna stay live forever. I do have things I've got to do, but I want to kind of let you know why there have been less videos too. Maybe I'll get into that, but who do I want to open? Let's open up. Let me see. Who do I want to open? Oh, there's so many good choices here. Okay, I'm going to open up two more. And then I'm going to call it quits for the live opening. Maybe I'll do this again though, after. But I've also, okay, so I have been recording less videos, partially just because I've been, being social with people and doing family stuff. And I've also been like trying to get myself back used to recording. Okay, so a long time ago, like years ago, in my previous house, I used to own a recording studio. I had a big garage, and I redid the garage in the inside into a recording studio. And I used to play and write and record a lot of music in there. And I want to do that again. I want to start creating songs. I want to write music that uplifts people for the most part and makes them want to move. But it's also like guitar oriented music, right? So I've been trying to figure out how to do that. Trying to get myself back in the habit of writing again, which is challenging because when I used to write before, I used to smoke cigarettes. And writing and smoking went hand in hand with me because you'd write the first verse, right? And then I would sit back and I would light up a cigaboo, and then the song would be playing in my head and more lyrics would come and I would write them down. Like I never believed in writer's block. I didn't think that was a thing. You either had something to say or you didn't have something to say, and you sat back and the words either came to you or they didn't. That was how I viewed it. And there are times when you didn't want to write, I heard someone say, when I'm happy, I eat ice cream. When I'm sad, I write music. And I took that to heart. So I don't smoke anymore. So writing music for me is a little bit more challenging than it was. You have to be confident in yourself to write lyrics that you then are going to sing, and you're kind of singing your heart out. You have to be confident and comfortable with yourself to do it. And I'm getting myself back into that position, but I've been buying gear as well. So like I bought, I bought one of these bad boys, and that's for tapping out beats. I do have a digital drum kit that I could record with, but I would rather just tap them out myself, and I have more control, and I can it's a MIDI controller essentially. I bought a really good universal audio interface. I bought a ton of software for this. So I've been putting time into that because I've been doing YouTube for a long, long time. And unless I have something right now that is jumping out saying, please make a video for me, I've stepped back just a little bit so that I could focus on the music. Because if I don't do it now, well, then when? When will I do it? Right? So it's like, if not today, then make a time to do it. And so I've been putting more time into that. Anyway, okay. Sandman, a figure that I'm sure everyone's already seen by now, but I can't wait to get him out of the package. I really like the character of Sandman. There is someone I saw online, and they have a cloth goods, like brown long coat on their Sandman. They took off the plastic one and they put on a cloth goods one, and it looks sick. It looks really good. Not that this doesn't look good, but it's a good reuse. This is a reuse of the Heath Ledger Joker, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a reuse of the Heath Ledger Joker, and it's a good reuse. Like I'm not complaining about it. If we want certain characters, if we want a certain amount of characters, then yeah, we have to accept that there's going to be a certain amount of reuse. So I'm okay with it if it works, if it actually looks good, and in this case, I think it does. Any pedals? Roland, I've got a classic Boss distortion pedal. And I think I have, what else do I have? Because my son has some and I have some. And I can't remember who I've bought for what. I think there's an overdrive. We've got a reverb. We've got a chorus flange, stuff like that. But, okay, here's the thing. I actually, like, when I start playing live, I'll buy the pedals. But, okay, so this here is a piece of software called Guitar Rig. And for those of you who maybe are people who record, you recognize Guitar Rig. I just plug my guitar into my interface, and then it can simulate, and it does it really, really well. It can simulate different amps from different companies and different distortions and different effects. Like, it's unbelievable what I have at my fingertips. Now, this is the old version from when I had my recording studio. So I'm going to get the new version. It's like 300 and some odd bucks, which is another reason why I've been recording less, because I've been putting money that I would be putting into the channel. I've been putting it into recording. But yeah, I do have the pedals that I mentioned. Nice Fender amp. Nice little Fender amp. Bought a Fender Jazz bass for recording bass. Got a Fender Jazzmaster. Yeah, Jazzmaster. Jazzmaster Squire Jazzmaster for the electric guitar parts. And it's actually really good. This is a really good Squire Jazzmaster. It's not a cheapo. It's actually really good quality. Hang on. I got to get the little clippity dips. And to answer JBTM, I'm doing good today. I am. There are days when I'm not. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a long time, like I am someone that deals with depression. I'm medicated for depression. And sometimes it's hard. Like on Sunday, I couldn't get out of bed. I just stayed in bed all day Sunday. And just I was like, I just want to sleep. So I just slept all day. But in general, I think in life in general, I'm doing good. I mean, I can't really complain. I got a beautiful wife. I've got fantastic children. You know, I got a YouTube channel that I really enjoy uploading with. I can't really complain. And today specifically, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I really like that. When in doubt, just add more pedals. It's true. And Guitar Rig is more pedals. Okay, so he didn't come with any extra hands, did he? I should check sometimes before I throw things over my shoulder like that. This is really cool. I like this a lot. Like a lot. And I like this, his whoops, wrong arm. I like his gas gun. Nice. And it's I mean, what is there to say? It's a good, it's a reasonable looking reuse of a body we've already seen, but unless you're looking for it, you wouldn't notice. Although it is different, right? I mean, you got those straps across his chest or across his abdomen. And Joker doesn't have those. So it's like they've newly sculpted those. So you have a new head, you have a somewhat newly sculpted torso, you got the new gun, and I think that's it. I think everything else is a reuse, but it's a good reuse. I'm really excited about Dr. Midnight. Like, building up that JSA is so cool, right? And so this is another character for the JSA. I'm always happy to have JSA characters. Let's open up the Doc Archer. Let's open up him and let's just see. Whoop. Let's see what we get here. This, I believe, is the more contemporary version of Dark Archer. I don't know enough about the character, to be honest. I'm Brad the DC Universe geek, not Brad the DC Universe expert. So I don't always know enough about characters. Like someone who buys a lot more Green Arrow. Woo! That landed like literally on the chair behind me. Try it again. Woo! Someone who buys a lot more Green Arrow comics and like that's like their jam, they would probably know exactly what's what. But for myself, I think it's the more contemporary version of the character. It's made on the same body buck, you'll see, as a lot of figures. As a bunch of figures. Anyone that is like an arrow shooty figure, I think has been made on that body buck. I'm gonna open it from the back. Okay, just give me 1 second. Snip these, clippity snip them. That one's off. We don't get very many Green Arrow villains, do we? No, we don't. So it's nice that we got this one. Even though, I mean, he's really simple to do, right? He got a new head sculpt. That's neat, eh? With the burn on the side of his face. Pretty cool. But all this, I believe, the rest of the figure, I believe, is a reuse. I believe it's a reuse. Let me just check one thing. Maybe the belt. Maybe the belt area. Get him to focus again. Focus! There we go. Thank you. Maybe the belt area is new too. Belt in the head. But I do wish that they had have sculpted something here rather than just having it painted. Yeah. Mr. Me, put this towards something. I will. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That does help out. It'll likely go towards either recording stuff, because I am in debt at the music store. We have Long and McQuaid in town here. They're a really good music store, but I get everything on credit and then I pay it off slowly on account of the fact of not being rich and not having a super ton of money. Let's stick that back there. So thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I like that. I'll go again. That just, my only complaint, gonna focus, is that looks kind of cheap. Like, I do wish that they had have resculpted that arm. Other than that, though, same body. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Looks like an Aqualad body. You saw him at Target, but it was like $35. Count Vertigo. Yes, Count Vertigo would be an excellent choice. Wasn't there a Snyderverse Alfred that kept the original patterned sleeves from Heath Ledger's body? I don't have that particular Alfred, so I can't really speak on it. I don't have it. Dr. Midnight sold out everywhere, says Paltrax. I actually ordered mine from Sergeant Pepper's Hobby something or other. The place in Japan. I ordered mine from there. And yeah, Dr. Midnight sold out everywhere really quick, like here, but and I ordered a second one from GameStop just because, like, maybe I could do some custom work with them. Hi, Hank. Okay, so let's open up. I've got more time. Okay. Do you guys want me to open up anything else? Because I do have more. I can open up more. I mean, I'm not really doing anything. Like, I do have things I could do, but I don't have to go right now. I could stick around for a bit longer. But I don't want to overstay my welcome as well. Like, how long have I been live? Where's the time? An hour. I've been live for an hour. So I don't want to overstay my welcome. Yeah, okay. Let the chat vote on the next one. What's in the box? Which box? Whoops. That box? That is superpowers in the box. One more fig. Okay. Yeah, I agree. One more fig. So, okay. So we're going to take a vote in the chat. We can do, and if we do one more fig, I'll count that as one. So there's the Dark Stars. So that's one. There is Stephanie. Get the light to hit it right. We got Stephanie. And then we have Batwing. So what do you guys think? Put a poll in the chat. Okay. How do I do that? I'm going to try. Let's see. Batwing. Hang on. Let's see. How do I engage with your audience? Start a poll. Ah, okay. It's giving me, okay, add an option. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Well, I have caps lock stuck on. Let's see. Batwing. Thank you for suggesting I do a poll, because I wouldn't have even thought of that. So I appreciate that. Steph. And then we have Derek Stairs. Start poll. Okay. So there we are. Now I know some of you have like said what you, if you put it in the chat, can you pop it into the poll so that I can then see, get a much clearer idea. I got this extra Monarch. I bought one in person and then one showed up that I'd ordered online, but I've already reviewed him. Okay, Steph 53. How do I click on it and make the poll big? Ooh, Steph is winning. More people want me to do Stephanie Brown. Dark Stars 20%, Batwing 27%. Okay, I'm going to end the poll in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, end poll. Stephanie Brown it is. Let's open up Stephanie. And it's good to have her in the Bat family. So we're going to open up Stephanie Brown. A body that, as you can probably tell, just looking at it for a moment, has been used before. Perhaps not in its entirety. I'm not entirely sure yet until I get it out of the packaging. But quick question. Can you give us a video of you doing a DC Multiverse tour of all your DC Multiverse figures? I plan on doing a full collection tour video of everything that I have currently on display. Shelf behind the computer, you know, the storage shelf not included, but like everything that I have on display, I plan on doing a video for that at some point. So that then you'll see the multiverse figures. Oh, there's a digital code. Now, do you guys want me to put this in the chat again? Or no? Like, how did the first one go? Because I put the first one in there, and I'm assuming that somebody claimed it. So do you folks want me to put that in there? Okay, yes. Okay. So let's do that first. Let's put my McFarlane digital code in the chat because I don't redeem these. I've got a stack of these somewhere. Next time I go live, I should grab the stack and do it. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do before we look at the figure is I'm going to put this in the chat so that you folks have a chance to grab it. Okay, you ready? What? Why didn't it? I was typing in the chat and it didn't. Darn it. Okay. Sorry, I'll do it again. Give me 1 second. TLZ. Can we just double check and make sure it's correct? Okay, that should work. Good luck, whoever gets the code. I need to dig out the rest of those codes, though. That would be fun. I've seriously got like 6 or 7 that I've never redeemed. So here's a trading card. Comes with Steph. I believe this picture is from Batgirls, the series, which I never bought into. I buy too many comics as it is, so it's really challenging to keep up with everything. But I do like Steph in her spoiler Batgirl suit. Just gonna clippity snip these out. Oh, she comes with a giant spatula. Okay. Accessories. We've seen these before, right? Mine's got tape all over it. We've seen these before, nothing special. Then here is the figure. So first of all, let's get her to focus. You gonna focus there, Steph? You need to focus. There you go. This detail on her legs is all painted on, so it's not sculpted. I don't know if we've seen these wrist gauntlets before. I can't recall. If it was actually a Batgirl, there would be spikes on it. So at this point, I don't think so. We have her chest, which is the same. It's like I gotta cover my face so it doesn't want to focus on my face. And we've seen that belt before. And I think the boots and the wrist gauntlets might be new. And of course the cape is. And we can pull the hood off of her head. We can see her little pigtails there, her ponytail. It would be neat if this came off. Does it? No. That would be neat if it came off of her face too. And she has a wired cape, which is nice. Not having the wires in the bottom. Some people hate it. Some people like it. I feel like it's kind of weird not having the wires in the bottom, just because you can't really pose the cape that well. Let's get the cape into like a dynamic pose. And I do prefer wired capes over non-wired capes. So it's like the cape is off to the side and this is just flat, right? So I do like the wires along the bottom now. I wasn't always the wires in the bottom person, but now I'm a wires in the bottom person. Yeah, this is beautiful. And sticker hood back up. I like this. I think they did a fantastic job with Stephanie. Did she sell a lot? Like, was she a really hard one to get? I don't remember if she was hard to get. Yeah, fully sculpted hair under a fabric hood. Yeah, that's nice. Camera is too drawn to the seductive sideburns. I know, sorry. I got to go like that. And even then, look at my eyeball. Let's see if I can cover my eyes. Darn it. Come on. Focus on the figure, camera. It doesn't want to. The camera's being temperamental. Oh, hi, Josh. Good afternoon to you, too. Digital code from Superman statue. Oh, this is nice. Now we're sharing codes on here. This is good. I started something that is really nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to find those codes. I don't know where they are, but I have a ton of them. I've got a lot of these codes somewhere, and I don't know where I put them. It's chaos. It's madness. Anyway, I would love to share them with you, but I can't until I find them. Anyway, okay, everybody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone stopping in. The crowd has been pretty consistent. Hey, 47 thumbs up. That's amazing. I really appreciate that. That's fantastic. Thank you for sticking around with me while I yacked about all kinds of stuff. Do you want me to do this more often? Is this like a thing that I should do like once a week or once every 2 weeks just by myself and not with the boys? Because like I do enjoy doing this kind of thing. It's just I got to find the time to do it, and there has to be the people that want to see it. Oh, my phone's ringing. Give me 1 second. Hello? Yes. How you doing? Good. Yes. So I told he's if he keeps an eye out for, if he gets a ride home with Benny, right, then he can just come home that way. He can get, well, he could have walked, but I told, I was at Brent and Marissa's house today, Benny Bateman's parents, we're good family friends. And I was like, yeah, just get a ride home with him. Oh, he went to the office. Okay, so I got to come get him then. Okay. Well, he can walk home if he likes, or I can pick him up. What does he want to do? Okay. I can pick him up. That's fine. Okay. Oh. Yeah, he can do that too. That's just fine. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'll pick him up there. All right. Thank you. Bye. Well, looks like I have to end the stream. I got to go pick up my boy. I got to go get him from school. Turns out his brother's homesick and he missed his ride. So I'm his ride now. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. Yeah, I think I'll do this a little bit more often, because the last time I did one by myself was a long time ago, like years ago. And I probably should do it more often, but like I'm sitting here and talking to you folks through the chat, so I don't feel like I'm talking to nobody. Like I definitely feel there's communication here, but I also need to have the time to do it. So if I can get myself into some kind of a schedule for you folks, that would probably help too, right? Like if it was like every other week or every week on a certain night of the week or something, then people would know and you could join in and we could all chillax or whatever. Anyway, okay. Thank you so much. I just got to figure, oh, there's the ending thing. See, I didn't even know how to end the stream. That's how long it's been. Thank you so much. And I will see you all with the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care. End the stream. It will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. That's what it says. Bye.